Universities in 2016. That's the bad news. Outdated TVET curricula, insufficient NSFAS funding, and unqualified but employed lecturers are some of the grievances expressed by SAFETSA. The association's president, Yonke Twani, says they've been patient with the management and the higher education department for the last 3-4 years now. Now, to talk to us a little bit about this story as well, we are joined by SAFETSA National Chairperson Hulisani Mani. Is with us today. Hulisani, thank you for being with us.
Thank you very much.
Before we talk about the shutdown that you guys are planning,
yes,
and I know it's very important, I want to ask you quickly about how do we make TVET and FET colleges, how do we make it more popular choices for students and for parents in the run-up to this, so that we don't have this congestion that we have at the moment?
Yeah, no, thank you very much, and thanks for this opportunity. One would like to state that the students out there and the parents, they need to know that as a country, we're going towards industrialization. That's the only way we're going to create more employment. And then going to university, you'll be grooming more of the managers, but as the country, we're short of artisans.
Yeah.
So it is advisable that we must have more of artisans, so that because South Africa is rich of mineral resources, but we don't have people who are going to process those resources. So opportunities are there.
Yes, the opportunities are there. It's for parents to see it, and not every child can end up a manager, as you say.
Yes.
But talk to us about the shutdown that is looming for TVET colleges. What is the shutdown about? What will it look like?
Yeah, basically we are going to shut down all the 50 TVET colleges nationally. Because initially when we were elected in office in May last year, the first meeting we had was with the minister, where we raised all the issues within TVET. One of them was that the last time TVET got an increase in terms of funding was in 2013. So when you hear Minister Pavin Gordon talking about the billions that have been injected to the sector, none is going to TVET sector. And was saying the country is short of artisans, but there's no investment that is going towards that sector. And another thing is the issue of NSFAS itself. The only increase, we've been increasing our enrollment by 100,000 annually, but the increase that we've been getting is only talking to the CPX just to address the issue of inflation. And another thing is on the issue of our qualified the lecturers that we have. We are saying we want to produce qualified, highly skilled artisans, but the salary packages that are also there, you can't even attract qualified engineers to make sure that they come to the sector and will produce quality.
Now, the pictures we're seeing on screen right now, of course, from our campuses last year, it was chaos everywhere. Now, you are saying TVET colleges are also going to be shut down. Do you expect these kinds of scenes to play out on these campuses also?
No, definitely not. Ours is going to be, we're just going to shut down the campus in the entire provinces, in nationally. But then one will make sure that our students must be peaceful. And anyone who's going to do any criminal activity, they are advised that SAFETS are not going to be part of that, but we're going to shut down the colleges.
Now, it's quite easy and simplistic to call on government and to blame government for all the problems that we have on our campuses, but also at our TVET colleges. Business, who are the beneficiaries ultimately of all the skills that come through, the artisans that you're talking about that come through these colleges, business are the beneficiaries of it at the end. Shouldn't there be some responsibility on your part being placed on business, who are placing those students within their employ afterwards, thus benefiting from it? But we don't hear much from business, do we?
True. Business have been silent because they've also been playing games, shifting responsibility. But we're calling upon business to also participate. But our main challenge with government is that you have institutions like CITAS, MQA, who are sitting with millions that they're supposed to distribute to TVETs. I know MQA, Mining Qualification Authority, they are supposed to distribute around 1,000 bursaries. But this is their last quote, they have not distributed that money. So there are institutions within the department that are sitting with money, but our students are suffering on the ground.
And do you see enough businesses employing people from TVET colleges and from FET colleges? Do they respect the qualifications that students get there enough, or don't they?
No, they don't respect it, because you hardly see any advert that speak to the qualifications that are within TVET. Simply meaning that TVET has been undermined not only by government but also by private sector. How
do we change this attitude? How do we get people to understand that that this is actually the future of South Africa, the change in the entrepreneurial spirit, the change in an understanding that we need more artisans, that we need to make stuff, we need to build stuff in South Africa. How do we get business, government, even the students to understand the importance of this?
I think the most important thing, we need to have a partnership with business. Basically, business must be the one that tells us which skills are they looking for, so that when government, TVET sector decide to implement curriculum, it speaks directly to the needs of business. Because currently, probably there's a gap between what the TVET is providing and what the business are looking for. So there must be a relationship. So the business tell us what are they planning the next 5 years, and we make sure that that skill is available within TVET.
Now, the discussions you're having with the higher education department's been ongoing in the run-up to this. You mentioned the grievances. Where are you in the discussions with the Department of HE?
Basically, I remember on our first meeting with the minister and the DG, we agreed that on the 30th of June, all the outstanding certificates, because you have students who have done their qualification in 2012, they have not received their certificates up to date, and they are unable to get permanent employment because those certificates are compulsory. So our issue with the department, it commits, but they're not willing to deliver. And those people who are failing to deliver, they're still sitting in their offices, they're still getting their 13th check. And we're saying if people are failing, they must do the right thing and pack their bags and go, because we're compromising the entire TVET sector with more than 700,000 students nationally.
What needs to happen in the next 2 weeks?
Basically, we have sent our memorandum to the department. We're expecting them to come back to us with a commitment to address our issues, because in writing this time, because they will always agree in meetings, but there will never be a follow-up commitment with timelines and everything. But what we're saying, they must give us a written commitment saying that they're going to increase our NSFAS allocation, they're going to give us a infrastructure grant, and all those colleges that got a disclaimer audit report, they must be held accountable, councils must be dissolved, because if we can't manage the legal we have when we're crying for more funding, it is a disaster on its own. We're saying all councils that fail to get clean audit report, they must be dissolved, management must be held accountable, they must be given warnings to say if they're not going to clean the act and stop the issue of maladministration, they will be excused from their positions.
I thank you for coming in today and talk to us about another threat that's facing TVET colleges and FET colleges here in South Africa. A major shutdown in that sector as well, says Hulisani Mani, if their concerns are not going to be addressed in the weeks to come. Hulisani Mani is the SAFETSA National Chairperson. I thank you for being with us here on the Newsroom Show today.
Thank you very much.